onto something. You're on something. So I'm hoping you go longsword 3 here so you can sustain. Good, nice. Yeah, so Bard really does not do anything for this lane. So this is what's gonna happen in this lane. You guys are gonna get poked out by Ashe Karma. Karma's just gonna sit in this bush if he's good, and he's gonna empowered Q you. And Ashe is gonna hit you with volley, and then you can't do anything, and then your life is gonna be miserable, right? And it's gonna be miserable. You can't actually do anything. You cannot actually do anything, but you can help mitigate your losses. So let me see what you do here. You can make it not sucky through wave manipulation. So let's see what happens. So immediately here, if you're versus a poke lane, you should not leash at all. You gotta tell your jungler, I'm not leashing. Do you know why you don't want to leash? It's because if they're at lane first, you're already lost because they're gonna have prio immediately. But we're talking about mitigating your loss here because you already lost lane just by champ select alone. So you have to get as much CS as you can before they start poking you down. If they're leashing here, this is good for you. You should literally be in this bush right here and just start autoing these minions. And you want to push to their wave as much as you can, so you can get as much CS as you can without getting poked out. So right away, these minions should have been dead. And then it would have pushed towards them because they kind of don't have any kill pressure. They only have poke. All they want to do is poke you down, get you low enough so that you back, and then they get a free wave off of you. So right here, you should just be autoing. Auto. And ping your Bard to auto too. You want to push, so they have to focus on CSing rather than poking you. Good dodge on that Q. Very good. Bad dodge on that volley. But yeah, after Karma Q hits you, you want to immediately stand behind the minions, because you know that Ashe is going to volley you. So there's no way that this should hit. Okay, in a poke lane, every little bit of HP that you have matters. Okay, so you should be mad at yourself for losing this much HP. You should be kicking yourself in the foot right now. You got to conserve as much HP as possible, okay? If this was a challenger game, they would not have leashed. They would be like right here. If you leashed, they would have empower Q'd you, volley, and then you'd be half HP before the lane even starts, and then your lane is over. You'd have like one pot left. But since this is diamond, no one knows how to play, you can use that to your advantage. The first 2 waves of every game is the most important. I would say first 3 waves actually. So immediately, even if your jungler like pings you, your trash ADC, don't listen to them because they don't know what they're talking about because they're diamond. So if they're poke like Ashe Karma, Caitlyn Karma, just like any poke lane, this is the definition of a poke lane. You should be right here, autoing these minions as much as possible. So ideally, they would already be pushed up right here. So if you see my coaching, this is why I divide the game into like separate segments, because everything like carries into each other. It's like the butterfly effect. If your laning sucks, your mid game is going to be drastically different because of how you play the laning phase. That's why I like to break it up into champ select, because champ select is also important, dude. 50%, no, not 50%. I would say like, okay, in challenger, ELO, 80% of games are decided in champ select. So I divide the game into champ select, early game laning, mid game, and then late game. That's why we're only gonna do 10 minutes here, because your mid game doesn't matter right now because you didn't play the laning phase right. Right here, they have no cooldowns, right? Keep track of their cooldowns. Just remember, if any champion uses their ability, that means all they have left is an auto attack, right? They're just a fat minion. So if Ashe used her volley there, Karma used her Q, that means they're both minions for like 4 seconds. So that also means that you can walk up and just auto these minions right here. Versus a poke lane, you want to prevent the wave being pushed towards you as much as possible. You got to use those 4 seconds as much as possible to your advantage. So immediately right here, you see this shit? You see this shit? Boom! Karma Q. Boom! Ashe volley. This is your Q. This is wasted movement right here. Super wasted movement. You walk up, auto these minions. You want to prevent this wave being crash your tower as much as possible. Eventually, it's going to happen, okay? It's eventually going to happen because you guys are going to get poked out because you literally can't dodge Karma Q. Karma and Power Q is fucking broken. Okay, there's nothing you can do. But you want to mitigate it, okay? You want to mitigate it as much as possible. So this is also all wasted movement. You don't have to walk back here. You don't have to be scared because Ashe volley is down. Karma Q is down. So this range minion should have died right here. Okay, can't help that. Good Guardian proc. This Ashe sucks, by the way. That was really good. good taking advantage of Ashe. You can actually kill them because they're bad. Oh, actually, Bard went. Okay, so this is one of those times where you flame your Bard for running Exhaust, or in Champ Select, you tell your Bard to run Ignite, because in no way, shape, or form should this Bard be running Exhaust versus a poke lane. So you would actually have kill pressure if a Bard ran Ignite. In an optimal scenario, like in optimal gaming, that Ashe would have never gotten poked down. But because he's bad, you can also take advantage of the fact that he's bad and outplay him that way. The way I'm teaching you how to play is like, if they play optimally, but they're not. So, you know, if they're playing poorly, just like walking up and getting a poke for free, then that's a different story. But optimally, that Ashe would not have walked up like that and taken that much damage. So yeah, see, this is what happens. This is what happens. You get poked out, then you know, this happens. You get pushed to your tower. The inevitable has happened. But you could have mitigated it if you were autoing these minions. The wave could have been like right here still. So you're at your tower, right? The poke lane has poked you down. What do now? So now here's another mini game. So now your goal right here, if you're in this scenario, your goal is to leave the wave like right here. You want to prevent this wave crashing to your tower as much as possible. Because if it crashes to your tower, guess what happens, bro? Guess what happens? They get a free back, or Karma can roam mid, fuck up Orianna. They can do anything they want as soon as they crash the tower. So you gotta help your team out by leaving the wave like right here. Yeah, good. You're autoing. So you could have autoed a bit here too, actually. Unavoidable, it's fine. Go back and auto. Yeah, you should go back and auto this because he's literally a minion right now. He uses shield, he uses Q. See, these are the same mistakes that you're making. But it's fine because you don't know. But now you know. So now next time, when you're versus a poke lane, you'll know what to do. And then you'll win. Just don't ever be scared when they use their abilities and they're walking up. That's just false confidence. Here's another reason why you also want the wave to be like right here. Because if the wave is right here and they're spending a lot of time trying to push this in, that is also pressure on them to push as fast as possible. And in that time frame, if their jungler's good, he'll come bot, which he did to gank. So this was all calculated right here. It happened 100 times. So yeah, you get the gank off. It's all good. Okay, wave is pushing. Okay, yeah, you should have pushed this. Okay, so this is when you spam ping your jungler and your support to help push the wave in for you. You are 100% supposed to crash this because otherwise that Karma will freeze. So you have to spam ping your jungler and your support to help you crash this. Otherwise you get frozen on. So don't be afraid to use your pings. Do not be afraid to type to them, push the wave, crash the wave. Because these guys don't know what they're doing. This Bard has no idea what he's doing. He's bad. He needs a dommy mommy like you to tell him what to do. They like being ordered around. So you back and you get a boots, a longsword. I would have gotten a refill pot because it's still a poke lane. So you need refill pot to sustain. I would have sold my red pot and gotten a refill pot. Good, you're playing back because Bard is roaming as Bards do. But you gotta break the freeze. That is why Bard should have came and helped you broken the freeze. See, this all happened. This scenario all happened because you didn't spam ping your jungler and support to crash the wave. This it's all a butterfly effect, bro. It's all a butterfly effect. That's why I say the first like 3 waves are literally the most important of the game. If you play that wrong, it just cascades into this unplayable lane right here. I hope you learned a lot, bro. I hope you learned a lot and you enjoyed my coaching